It's Belanis Martins of the Astrological Energy Forecast. This will be for the week of June 30th to July 6th of 2025. Thank you for clicking onto my video. If you are a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for your likes, shares, your comments, subscribe, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. It's good to see a new face here. Please keep in mind, I do pull oracle cards to give the overall energetic theme for the week. Please note that these are general oracle card readings, therefore the messages will not and may not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates with you in your particular situation and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit if it doesn't fit. If it's not resonating with you, it just means I'm not picking up on your energy, which is perfectly okay. In the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health, please know that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be. And if I mention them at all, it is either what my intuition picking up on or is literally on the cards themselves. However, if it truly resonates for you, I highly encourage you to reach out to those experts and those areas of expertise. I am also the author, B. Ulrich, of both fairy tales in my hand here. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is very tailored for children about their intuition, what it is, how it speaks to them, and how if they listen to it, it can help them to overcome all obstacles, help them to heal from all traumas, as well as get them to their happy ending in whichever way that looks for them. It is a very self-love and self-worth based fairy tale. As well as the Dark High Priestess and Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen. This is a fairy tale written for adults about healing and overcoming spiritual warfare and narcissistic abuse from families and friends. It's told through the viewpoint of a divine feminine who realizes that her entire family is essentially a bunch of demons that try to sacrifice her for financial gain, try to destiny swap with her, and she has to separate from them entirely, has to reclaim her power through the help of benevolent beings, as well as to get her and her children to safety as she fulfills her soul purpose, which does consist of being with a high-level soulmate or twin flame. Both of these fairy tales are in the bard format, which means that they rhyme. So think like the content of Grimm's fairy tales, but in the format of Dr. Seuss. They are written and illustrated in such a way to heal and appeal to your inner child as you read them. They're short, they're sweet, they inspire hope, and they make you feel good as you read them. The audiobooks have been released for both books and will be attached to this video for your convenience. However, if you wish to purchase the physical copies, you can find them on online at retailers, Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, to name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice is second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition, as well as my products, can be found on my website, which is www.astrologyforecast.com. All the information in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all my social media platforms and pages, so that we do not get scammed by people or pages pretending to be me. As always, I begin each reading and forecast with a prayer. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess, Morgan 23, Lu, the Archangels, my ancestors, and seen unseen. Please only allow this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any low vibrational inconspicuous energy try to come through or try to ask, project, open a portal, remote, view, monitoring spirit, the past, present, or the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, which I give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf whichever way you deem fit. Please allow me to see even the collective to know if I clear concise messages. If any try to abuse technology in any kind of way by trying to screenshot, ask, project, open a portal, remote, view, monitoring spirit, and the set, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, which I give you full consent to hold them accountable and bring them justice in your way. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers as I deliver this divinely guided message. Any curses, sex, evil eye, black magic, witch, or combinings, I block, bind, and blind, and immediately turn to sender 100-fold. The sinner's masks are ripped off, they'll be unable to hide. All their lies, deceit, and ill intentions become exposed and publicly known. Okay, collective, I hope you guys are doing well. So we just got rid of one retrograde. We're gaining another this week, and we're going to be gaining some big retrogrades as of July. Like you have Neptune retrograde and you have Saturn retrograde mixed with Mercury retrograde. So there's going to be a slowdown of energy, because that's what retrogrades are for. There's a slowdown of energy because there's essentially a forced pause, because whatever that planet governs over, there's something in that area that needs to be remedied, it needs to be explored, it needs to be dealt with prior to moving forward. So right now we currently have Pallas retrograde, which will be in retrograde until October 4th of 2025. This is where questioning established ways of thinking, working in groups for humanitarian causes. You definitely see this politically. Then you have Pluto retrograde, which will be in retrograde until October 13th of 2025. This is where we're challenging the status quo. There's a power dynamics here. There's a societal shift, as well as purging old, outdated beliefs and patterns that are no longer in alignment with us. Now, for the overall weekly energy, so there's going to be a huge energetic shift in comparison to the previous energy from last week. So the energetic shift will shift midweek from the struggle to push us out of our comfort zone to express our ideas, This was growth that paves the way to revolutionize our lives in some kind of way. To us learning to focus on ourselves through having no choice but to take a step back from being overburdened by other people's emotions and problems. So with Neptune retrograde being a retrograde that starts this week, it's pushing us to focus on the self, like prioritizing the self. We're getting away from delusions, illusions of other people, and now we're focusing on the self. Key word is sovereignty, wanting the sovereignty of self, because Neptune in Aries is a mystical renaissance. It's having that reemergence of faith, and hopefully not like in the scary way, like from history, but it's where we're having that faith that maybe we lost, but also like not looking outside of ourselves to get answers. It's a spiritual evolution. Now with it being in retrograde, it's like you're not wanting to be overburdened by other people's problems. You're reevaluating thoughts, ideas that you've had, maybe like conceptions about yourself. You're reevaluating everything and you're focusing more on yourself. So last week's energy is going to carry over until about July 2nd. And that's again where you're being pushed out of your comfort zone to be more diplomatic, but also like focusing on the home and nurturing relationships within the home and bringing healing, but also to making changes that will revolutionize your life by communicating your ideas. You're going from that to like, look, I need to focus on myself right now. I need to work on me. There's something significant that I'm here to accomplish. There's something here that I need to work on, and I got to focus on me. Sorry about it. But then also it's like you just can't be overburdened by everybody else's emotions. Like there's empathy, but then there's, being overwhelmed by that because you don't have boundaries. So to me, it just means that we're reestablishing some boundaries where you're like, look, I need to have me time. I need to focus on me. I need to pursue my own goals at this time, my own development, my own growth. And I may not be available for this, that, or the other. So Independence Day, which is July 4th, if you are a viewer that is in the United States, this is going to be one of those days where you're going to want to be alone. It's going to be disharmonious to being with other people. It's going to not be a day where you're wanting to be around other people or to investigate things or things like that. But also it's a day where there's going to be many challenges, again, with shifting your focus to yourself and communicating what your needs are, that you need time alone, because this time alone is going to be beneficial for you. You're going to get some kind of idea, either for like a project or something that you need to pursue that's going to be beneficial for you in the long run. But also that will help you to transmute a wound into power. So Independence Day in the United States is typically like a family holiday. I mean, it's a societal one, but if you think about the holiday, you have like maybe a societal parade, a community parade, something like that, but then you typically go home to family. So this could be, when it comes to transmuting a wound into power, this is giving like maybe some kind of familial wound or abandonment wound or something like that, but you need to be alone in order to heal it. And because you need to be alone in order to heal it, this idea is going to come from you addressing this wound, addressing something that may be uncomfortable to you. Then July 2nd to the 6th, there will be an obstacle with being overrun by emotions due to focusing on the home and others around us that can be overcome by putting ourselves first and utilizing your diplomatic talents, as this is a pivotal moment of growth that will revolutionize your life. So this is, again, where you are establishing boundaries, learning those boundaries, shifting your focus to yourself, because that Cancerian energy has been prevalent for a little bit, and you've been putting other people's needs first. You've been very empathetic, you've been very nurturing, you've been very protective. However, that could have consumed a lot of your day, and now it's like, look, I got to shift it back to me. There's things that I have to do, that I have to fulfill, either like on a intrapersonal level, on a on a goal level. There's something here that you need to do, and you need to shift your focus back to yourself. So let's see what this obstacle is. Spirit, what is this obstacle when it comes to being overrun by emotions due to focusing on everybody else? What is this obstacle that the collective is going to deal with from July 2nd to the 6th? What is this obstacle, Spirit? What is this obstacle? So we have, again, that you are deserving, you are worthy, you are deserving of your favor, say like divine favor. You're deserving of being in the spotlight. You're deserving of your prosperity, your abundance. You see this woman here, she's bathing in the sunlight. The sun means like joy, vitality, happiness. It also could be illumination. You know, illumination that you are doing well in life, that you're prosperous, that you're very abundant. And the conscious steps that you need to take when it comes to being on this new path. The number 8 is here, so 8 is the number for the laws of karma, but then also 888 is the angel number for abundance and prosperity. So you're taking the considered actions. You're learning this path that you are in deservance of. It's going to bring you a lot of prosperity, a lot of abundance, could put you in the public eye here. And essentially, you got to keep your mind right with thoughts and vibrations being this card. Like, you got to keep your mind right, and you can't focus on you and what actions you need to take when it comes to this abundance, when it comes to this path that you are embarking on, that you're learning and or you are teaching. You could be one of those people that, you know, you learn as you go, and then you also teach other people what you learned. You could be a walking, talking example of how to do things. And you need to keep your mind right, and you can't keep doing that if you're, you know, having that whole tug of war going on with other people's problems. You know, even if it's like your own spouse, even if it's your children, what have you, like, you need to focus on you, because you matter, your dreams matter, you know, your destiny matters as well. You are more than just a label. So say if like you're a parent, you're more than just a parent, okay? You're more than just a spouse. You're more than just an employee. You have your own things that you need to develop within yourself in your lifetime, you know, like your growth, your soul's evolution, but then also like what you were meant to do here, you know, like what you're doing here. What are we even doing here, right? Like, that's what you're doing. So July 1st, now we're getting into the daily energies. The moon will be in the sign of Libra, sun contra-parallels Pluto. Your intuition will guide you to turn to the past, to rediscover lost wisdom, to build a firm foundation on when it comes to bringing harmony and balance. The day is favorable and harmonious to reconnect with the ones that you love, for support, and to have a sense of play, to have a sense of joy. Like, this is like getting together just to have fun with people, you know. But then something that you need to know, and this is going to be specific to whoever needs to hear this because this is what I channeled, find sureness in yourself. It is not impossible to find the hidden secrets. There's just too much background noise. So again, this is where you may need to spend some alone time, or maybe this is why you are shifting your focus to yourself versus the group. It's because there's too much background noise going on for you to uncover some kind of hidden secrets for yourself that will be the key to provide that surety that you need. July 2nd, Sun trines at Lilith. You're in a new period of being home focused and healing others without losing yourself, without conforming, without losing your identity here. Have the courage to express your truth and your desires. However, make sure your intentions are good and based on your own spiritual growth, because you can bind and you can damage. So make sure that your intentions are good for what it is that you are expressing, what it is that you are, you know, communicating very openly with the other people around you. Again, people that you care about, that you don't want to upset. Make sure your intentions are good here, and that like it's for your growth and not to hurt or damage or any kind of slights, things like that. July 3rd, Venus conjunctions Uranus. This is a very catalytic energy that's going on this day. This is where you're going to want to do something unexpected when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your relationships, because right now you're more prone to being more stable and logical in regards to the decisions that you make in those areas. But this day is going to shift you to do something unexpected. There's going to be that power dynamic there. July 4th, again, Independence Day. Venus goes into the sign of Gemini, Neptune retrograde, as well as the moon will be in Scorpio, which is the detriment sign of the moon. So Venus and Gemini will be until July 31st of 2025. This is where we are openly communicating, also like being very playful, being flirtatious in relationships. Neptune retrograde, which will be in Aries until December 11th of 2025. This is, again, the energetic shift from the group to an individualistic focus with a desire for sovereignty. Again, reclaiming the power of the self. You could have heightened intuition, but also there's an air of confusion here because of the retrograde energy. This is a reevaluation of long-held beliefs and confronting uncomfortable truths. Now, again, this is the day because of that Scorpio energy and it being disharmonious. This is where you're going to want to be alone. And why you want to be alone is, one, it's not going to, the energy is going to be disharmonious for you to be around other people, meaning that you guys are going to be prone to fighting. You're going to be prone to rubbing each other the wrong way, especially since Scorpio is like an intense energy. But while you're alone, there's going to be an idea that will come to you that's going to bring about some kind of reward. July 5th, Mercury parallels Venus. You're moving into a time of great creative and productive energy. It's giving yang energy, that masculine energy. The energy will be harmonious for playfulness, to openly communicate in a charismatic way. So like you can openly communicate what you need and receptive to other people around you. July 6th, Venus sextiles Saturn, Venus sextiles Neptune, Mars sextiles Lilith, and the moon will be in Sagittarius. So a lot of sextile energy, which sextile means that there's many opportunities. There's many opportunities here when it comes to openly communicating. There's many opportunities here when it comes to, reevaluation and expressing your sovereignty. There's many opportunities here when it comes to taking practical action or for you to have some kind of growth. There's many opportunities here for you to heal without conforming. So again, the whole energy of this day is to bring you more freedom in your life and to give you that optimism to pursue it. So your intuition will look for many ways to get more freedom and will be methodical and analytical on how you can heal others without conforming or losing yourself. Be warned to not fall into any misconceptions about yourself. There will be many opportunities to speak up about you focusing on yourself. Again, expressing that you need to focus on yourself right now. And it's like not a diss to anybody, but like it's crucial for you and the development of you, as these conversations are needed for growth. So again, this is a very pivotal moment of growth for you that will pave the way to revolutionize your life. Maybe you haven't put your foot down in the past, but you most definitely need to do so now. So the chakras that coincides with this week's energies is the solar plexus chakra. So your solar plexus is here, okay? It's your source of your personal will. It's your self-esteem. It's your self-confidence. It is your boundaries, okay? If this chakra is out of misalignment, malfunction, it is where you people please, you're codependent, you do things you don't want to do. It's the storage house for judgments, opinions, and beliefs we have gathered about ourselves and the world, which is very crucial this week. Again, when you're getting rid of those, reevaluating these opinions that you have gathered about yourself through like other people and from the world, and getting rid of those because they're not in alignment with you. It's a psychic energy pump for physical and auric bodies. Our thought forms are produced here. Again, this is where with that personal will and boundaries, it's that sovereignty energy. That sovereignty energy of wanting to focus on the self and directing your will, saying, look, I need to focus on me. And just for a little humor here, it reminds me, I don't know if you guys remember that show called Just Shoot Me. Nina Van Horn, she's one of the employees of Blush magazine, and she's a lush, but she's hilarious. And she, I just joined this cult, Ching Chop Chop Cho, and it is the House of the Rising Star. My secret society's group is called Me First. So that's what you're doing, me first. Like, it's not like narcissistic me first, but it's like me first, like I matter. Like, stop putting all your bullshit on me. Stop overwhelming me with your nonsense. Like, I got my own shit to do. I am not meant to handle the world's problems. I got my own journey. I'm responsible for myself. I gotta take care of me because I'm equally important. That's what it's given. It's use of mental empathy to effectively achieve a position in the world to help the soul achieve its purpose. Again, but you've been over empathizing, and it's to the point where it's overburdensome. It's a source of personal power, intellectual understanding of the world. The men's power of this chakra is decision making. The yang function of this chakra is expression of the self in the world, and the yin function is opinions and judgments about ourselves and others. It speaks to us physically through gut responses. Again, so it's like listening to your gut, as they say. When something's not right, it's not right. Now, if this chakra is out of misalignment or malfunctions, there can be addictions to caffeine, beer, sugar, overworking, perfectionism, prejudice leading to paranoia or intense hatred, which we've seen. Problems like digestive and metabolic disorders, liver. If men are very angry, it can cause liver problems when it concerns the male self. So if you're a masculine energy and you just have some really bad thoughts about yourself, or you have a lot of anger, you could develop liver problems. With women, though, you can have liver problems when it comes to the feminine power. Again, like if you are codependent, you keep giving your power away, it can affect you in that way. Stomach You start having stomach problems, it's an indication of swallowing other people's opinions and thoughts about you. Kidneys, it's childhood perception regarding emotional needs. Pancreas, over under nurtured, again, like with that Cancerian energy, is where we need to focus on the home, being very empathic, nurturing and protecting those around us. But if you're over nurturing people, it can lead to pancreas issues. All right, collective, I hope I was able to provide you with clarity of what to expect this week, as well as maybe what you already truly know. Thank you for watching. If you like my vibe in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel. Also, check out my Instagram, A Spiral to the Self. It has exclusive content that is not on YouTube. So if you're wanting more content like reels and posts and things like that, check out my Instagram. Bye, guys. Stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priestess and the Process of the Queen of the Unseen.